Hi guys, how are you? I have a word for someone. I actually received this word this morning and I just was reminded of this word, but this is very specific. So this is for someone who is walking with God now, and the thing about it is like you're going back into your past, and it's almost like you're saying, maybe I'm going through this warfare because of what I did when I was 10, or what I did when I was 15, or what I did when I was 18, and it's almost like you're justifying why you're being attacked now. You're justifying the kingdom of darkness's evilness towards you. It's like you're justifying what you're going through. Oh my god, one earring, and I took out one of my earrings because I was on the phone. But what God is trying to say is stop justifying the negativity that has occurred when it comes to these attacks, because God is saying that he picked you for a reason, and what you're going through now has nothing to do with your past, what you're going through now. Because if you're walking with him and you're being obedient, you've changed your life, you've turned your life around. That's all that matters. Do you see what I'm saying? Your past was meant to teach you. It was meant to help you become the person who you are today. Had you not learned the lessons that you learned from your past, you may not be on the path that you're on today with God. You have to remember something. God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called, okay? Which means that God is not going to call someone who is perfect, as in I'm a perfect saint, because it would be pointless, because then people are not going to see the miracles of the Lord and the works of the Lord if he calls someone who's already perfect and doing the right things. If you look at everyone if you look at Daniel, if you look at Joseph, if you look at David, okay, if you look at Elijah, if you look at all Ezekiel, if you look at all who God has called, okay, you have to remember, many are called but only a few are chosen. And I always notice that the people who are actually chosen are the ones who go through the attacks, and the ones who are actually chosen are the ones who went through a crazy past, who did not do the best. You see what I'm saying? Did not do the best things in their life. They have a past, okay? They have a testimony. They have a past, okay? Not everybody was perfect. You see what I'm saying? Everybody was flawed. Everyone has flaws, and everyone was extremely flawed. People usually have encounters with God in the midst of a crisis. When they're not the person who God needs them to be, that's when they have their encounters with God. That's what actually makes a lot of people start walking with God, is because God has come to them in the midst of their crisis. God has come to them when they were doing things that they were not supposed to be doing. Do you see what I'm saying? And because God has showed his grace and his mercy to a lot of people when they were doing things they were not supposed to be doing, it made people realize how much God truly loves them, and made people realize that walking with him and accepting the call is worth it, because look at the type of things that they're doing, yet God still loved them and God still chose them. And that alone will make your heart change. The fact that you're like, man, look at me, I'm a thief and I'm stealing and I'm robbing banks, and God just came and told me he loved me and wants me to walk with him. Why you pick me, God? I'm a nobody. I'm stealing and robbing banks. Or I'm doing that. Look at what happened. Look at Paul was killing Christians. You see what I'm saying? So it's like God does that because it's the people that are doing the things they're not supposed to be doing is who needs to be saved. And when God will use these individuals, because what they were going through was a test that became a testimony. So what you went through in your past, yes, you may not be proud of it, but that is not the reasoning for your attacks today. The reason why the devil is attacking you is because he is upset that you changed your life for God. He is upset that you changed your ways. He is upset that you're walking with God and that you did not continue to do what it is that you are doing. The devil is not going to attack someone if he didn't feel that there was something to gain from it, or if he didn't feel that there was some type of purpose for you. He is upset and triggered at the fact that you chose God over continuing on that sinful path. Do not gaslight yourself and say to yourself, oh, it's because of this why I'm going through, because if you ask God for forgiveness, if you've repented and you have been on the path with God and doing the right thing, and you're not doing the same things that you used to do, you got to stop thinking this way. This is what the thoughts of the devil wants you to have, because he wants you to feel like it's pointless to continue going, that you're not worthy of the prophecy or the blessings that God has promised you because of this. The devil wants wants you to think like that. He's playing a mind game with you by doing that. That's why you keep going back to this thing in the past and blaming yourself and saying, this is why I'm going. No, stop. God said, stop doing that. Stop doing that, because your past does not define who you are today. All it did was teach you and give you wisdom, okay? And it showed you the difference between good and bad, okay? And it's almost like now that you have this wisdom, it's like continue to walk with God gracefully and humbly. And remember that if there was nothing worthy, you know, that God had for you in the future, the devil would not be attacking you. And that's why he's attacking you, because he feels threatened by your change. He feels threatened by your future. Okay, so remember that. Okay, I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.